So I just got done watching Digging Up the Marrow. This is directed by Adam Green, which he's probably mostly known for his Hatchet franchise. He has fan base in like a lot of his projects. Like he has a fan base for his TV show that he made. But I mostly know him for the Hatchet movies. And that's actually the reason for why I watched this movie in the first place, is being a fan of Adam Green's, direction style, and and really liking the Hatchet franchise. I think it's a very creative like slasher franchise. Like especially the kills in it, like fucking hell. If you want to see some damn good gory ass kills in a slasher movie, like watch the Hatchet movies. Like there's some damn good kills in those movies. Um, but yeah, let's get into Digging Up the Marrow. So this is a movie I had no idea what this movie was about. I didn't read the synopsis. I didn't watch the trailer. All I knew is that Adam Green was the director of it, and that's really all I knew going in. And so now, what did I think of digging up the marrow? I really dug this movie. I think this is a really good movie. Um, and plus, like this genre of horror, found footage. Like there are a lot of found footage movies I really like. Cloverfield, Paranormal Activity, I think is one of the best ones. Blair Witch. And yeah, so yeah, like I like there are some found footage movies I really can't get into. Um, but yeah, I think this is a genre I think that works really well. And I think the reason for why found footage works so well as a horror genre is because it feels real, which that's the intention when you're making a found footage, is you want it to feel real. Like for the viewer, you want to give them like a very different experience instead of expensive lighting, expensive everything. And so yeah, I think that's why I've always liked found footage. It is because of that. Is because it feels very simple. It feels very down to earth in its directing and cinematography. And since its cinematography is all like first person perspective, it does feel grounded. And but yeah, so yeah, at least that's for like why I think, and like in a perfect example of like in Blair Witch and all that is the lighting. The Because like the lighting, it's not overly lit. There's like one light which is the camera light, and really that's it, and that's the center focus. Um, and like I think that's what makes it so terrifying, is because it's like a very different, like a horror movie experience to what you're used to watching when you watch like slasher movies or supernatural horror movies. It's like a very different experience, and because in a way you're in charge of the camera, or you're watching this kind of as it's happening and all that. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, digging up the marrow. Yeah, like I said, I really dug this movie, and I think my first positive, I think like I've already said it, but the cinematography and lighting, I think that does add a lot, especially when they are out in this forest environment. It does give off very creepy vibes, especially since there's only like one light. And there's a lot of scenes in this where the main character, where he says something and he says, like look over there, it's right over there, and the camera is there, but you don't see nothing. But then apparently this character sees it, and it's terrifying because it's like those scenes, like they're simple, but like so effective, because like you aren't seeing what you're supposed to be seeing. Um, and yeah, the other thing I really dig about this movie is how you is how you kind of you get an inside look at the process of making this movie. Like you see the film being like being made and being put together as it's being filmed, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. There's some special cameos. There's some small appearances from actors Kane Hodder, Jason, anybody. Yeah, he's in this. Tom Holland, director of Child's Play, which I did not expect to. I did not expect to see. Like those, the Hobbit icons, make like small appearances in this movie. Um, and then like this movie, it also has a great mystery to it, because like you're so you don't want to believe this guy, because like Adam Green, like he has all this evidence for why this guy like could just be making up like one big story that isn't true, because he has all this evidence. Like he went to the police office and they said that they don't even know who this guy is. Like they've never seen his face. They have no record of his name, and he's been lying about about the whole Hollywood thing, and like talking to the directors and all that, when he's talked to like every single horror director out there. So yeah, like by that point you really buy into him. You really buy into this guy. It's all made up. Like it's all in his head. Like he's all imagining it. And then you find out at the end that it's actually, at least part of it is true. Like I don't know as far as the detective side of it goes, but as far as the monster aspect of his story goes, that was all true. Which, because you actually see the monsters, and like that, there's a great attack scene actually, at the end of the movie, which really caught me off guard. For my first time watching it, when you see the the monster, kind of like drag itself across the floor quickly, when Adam Green and the I can what's his name, it was Thomas Dekker, was that it? Thomas Dekker. I remember it was something Dekker. I can't remember his first name, but yeah, like Adam Green was talking to Mr. Dekker, and then there's this noise, and then you just see a monster, like dragging itself across the wall, run across the floor quickly, the ground, sorry, and then you see all these other monsters appear, and that Mr. Dekker has he's shown like photographs and all that of. And it's just like there's some really impressive, makeup and creature work like on display there, which makes sense. Being an Adam Green project, you expect the makeup and the creature designs to look spot on, which they do in this movie. But then still by the end of this movie, I still have questions on like whether he was lying or not, like about the whole detective. Like I understand that at the end he says it's all false, monsters aren't true, but he's only doing that for the safety of himself. But then as far as the detective side, I'm pretty sure that he was bullshitting about, because he did say he was private, but I'm sure like the station would still have record of their private detectives. Like I'm sure of it. Like I'm sure somewhere in the station there would be like a folder or document or something of him, if he was, because here's the thing as well, he still applied for the job, so there would be that folder. But yeah, like I thought that whole monster attack sequence at the end of the movie, I thought was really good. I think it really caught me off guard, because I didn't expect the movie to go into that direction. But yeah, the movie does a great job with the mystery on believing it, but also not believing it, and then like not believing it, but then also believing it. And I think like there's a great balance between those two things there. But yeah, I really dug this movie. I also liked how you saw like Adam Green at horror conventions and all that. Like I really dug that. But yeah, I think in the end, yeah, this is a really solid found footage movie. I know this genre isn't for everybody, and this is a bit of a slow movie. If you aren't into found footage, but like I think if you are patient, I think the payoff to the movie I think is pretty good. If you like Adam Green's movies, I would say yeah, check it out. I don't think there's anything else I have to say for this movie. So we talked about the monsters, the mystery. Yeah, I think yeah, that's about it for what I have to say. But yeah, anyways, guys, yeah, if you have seen digging up the marrows, yeah, let me know down in the comments what did you think of it. Did you like it? Did you think it was meh, or did you really not like it? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Alright, bye.